Thanks. So today, the moon continues in Aquarius. Remember, the moon is the mood of the day. So we've got the Aquarian vibe of shaking things up, thinking outside the box, and accessing new possibilities, new ideas, new consciousness. So we've got that vibe today going on, as well as many planetary things going on. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Friday, December 6th. And one of the things we've got going on is Mars stationing to go retrograde. So Mars is in Leo. It is at 6 degrees Leo, and that as it stations, we have a little bit of heightened Mars energy. You could think of it like when a planet stations or slows down to change directions, that we feel a little bit confused briefly about that planet's energy and what to do with it. So this is Mars going direct and stationing to turn retrograde. So we'll have Mars retrograde for the next few months, and with the energy of Mars going backward, we're reviewing old territory, just the way we do with Mercury, which is also currently retrograde. So when we have Mercury going retrograde, we are reviewing old thinking. Mercury is the planet of ideas, thinking, and communication. Mars is the planet of action, decisiveness, courage, and taking steps forward. So when Mars goes retrograde, we're having a little bit of that same vibe of review, but in this case, it's going to be review of our actions, our decisions, our ways of moving forward, our ways of being in motion. And so with Mars retrograde, we're going to be sort of reevaluating, reconsidering, rethinking how we're moving, how our decisions might be impacting our lives, and maybe rethinking some decisions, maybe feeling some hesitation around moving forward and a need to be really clear about where we're coming from, what's important, what kind of results our actions are getting. So reconsidering and reviewing how we are moving, how we are taking action, and where we can place our courage in terms of finding new ways forward, new directions to move. But again, this process of sort of reviewing, what have we been doing? How is it working? How do we want to do things differently? And having an opportunity to dive a little deeper into that. When planets go retrograde, they take us into a little bit more of an inward experience of of the planet's energies. So we're going inward with our actions, maybe trying some things out in terms of how they feel internally before attempting them in the outer world. So kind of working through some scenarios, maybe, and imagining what kind of directions they might take us in, and doing some rehearsals of what we want to take action on, and looking at how that sort of maybe mock actions or rehearsals of the actions we want to take, how that can inform us to help us clarify how we do want to move forward. Okay, so with Mars stationing retrograde today, we have that activation of the Mars energy. Again, there might be some confusion about how to move forward. Things are not quite working the way we think they should, or working out in ways that make sense. So notice the need for courage and action. And as always, I say, stay grounded within yourself, thinking about who you are, what's important to you, so that when these opportunities to take action appear spontaneously in your life, you are ready for them. You know what to do because you know what's important, because you've thought about it. You've done your self care to get grounded and to be ready just by being clear, and hopefully a little bit relaxed. De-stressing as much as you can is always going to help you act and react and respond from a healthier place. So in addition to Mars stationing retrograde, we have Neptune about to station direct. And so on Saturday, Neptune, the planet of the bigger picture, of dreams and imagination and spiritual dimensions of being, stations to go direct. And so there may, after Neptune goes direct, we may experience a little more ability to move energy on the bigger picture level, to access our vision, our imagination, our bigger spiritual picture, and connect with guidance, wisdom, whatever that looks like for you. So thinking about this Neptune energy and the Mars energy, and how they are, Mars going retrograde, Neptune going direct. So we're going to have a little less forward movement and a little more connecting with a bigger truth, seeking wisdom and guidance, and really tapping into our imagination about what is possible and dreaming the future. So we also have, and Mercury, as I mentioned, is retrograde. Mercury had its conjunction with the Sun on Wednesday, as the Moon had its conjunction with Venus and Pluto. So Mercury's conjunction with the Sun brings in the element of communication and thinking, and how it helps to define who we are. And so again, we are reevaluating, rethinking, reconsidering, and asking ourselves, what is important? Who am I? How do I communicate from my own truth, my own place of authenticity? So, when Mercury is retrograde, it forms a conjunction with the Sun, and all that means is that Mercury is passing between the Sun and the Earth. So, from our perspective here on Earth, we will see, it will appear that Mercury and the Sun are together. Of course, we don't see them because the Sun is so bright, but we know it's there. We know Mercury is there passing between us and the Sun. And so that's a conjunction because they're coming together. So Mercury is retrograde when it is between the Earth and the Sun. Little factoid for you. So we've also got Jupiter. Jupiter is currently retrograde and is heading back to its exact square with Saturn. So what this means is that this week we are experiencing a T-square of Mercury and the Sun joining together, squaring Saturn in Pisces, and opposing Jupiter at 16 degrees Gemini. So 16 degrees Gemini for Jupiter, 15-ish degrees Sagittarius for the Sun and Mercury, and 13 degrees Pisces for Saturn. So if you like to connect it with your own chart, you can see if any of those middle degrees of mutable signs are activated for you and where they fall in your chart. So that T square, again, putting some pressure on all of us collectively to think about what we believe, where we place our faith and trust, our structures, our institutions, our values are part of it. But Mercury is about communication, so it's information and um, how we get information, how we process information, how we make meaning from the information, and maybe what needs to change about how all of those things interrelate. Our place, where we place our trust, maybe there's some reconsidering around what we trust and things feeling like they are reorganizing. And then, of course, Mercury is reminding us to ask those deeper questions, to get curious, and to question, where is the information coming from? Is this something I can trust? How do I know I can trust it? And, doing our best as human beings to evaluate what we're hearing and its accuracy, its truth, its factualness, and noticing too how it might um, activate us emotionally, and asking, is that really is that factual? Is that something that I want to be making my decisions based on? So emotions are real and we need to honor them, but also we want to be sure that we are balancing our emotional reactions with accurate information, and knowing what we can trust and where the information we're getting is coming from. So all good things to be thinking about as we think about self-care. And with Aquarius Moon coming back to the moon and the mood of the day, we are also thinking about how we need to, each of us, shift our consciousness. What are we opening to in terms of a bigger picture of knowledge? And yesterday I shared about that. How to think about the Aquarius moon and clearing space for accessing, calling in those bigger pictures of answers and possibilities, and new ways of thinking, new solutions to old problems, thinking outside the box, all of that stuff. So watch yesterday's video if you missed it for more on how to optimize the energy of the Aquarius moon and get the most out of it. And hopefully, lots to share today. So hopefully, this is helpful. And thank you so much for being here. I'm Marina Orms. You can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com. And thank you for subscribing. I so appreciate all of you and your support. Feel free to share these videos with a friend that you think might be interested. And thanks again. I'm here every day with astrology for unshakable self-care, following the wisdom of the planets and how they can help us unlock our own wisdom. All right, thanks again, and I will see you next time.